sister-in-law offered me money to keep her affair a secret. I accepted for months until her lover threatened me. So I revealed her secret. Well, I'll try to be as brief as possible. I'm 22 years old and I have an older brother who's 26. He's been married to his girlfriend for about 6 months after a 2-year relationship. My brother and I don't get along at all and haven't been on good terms since high school when he spread a rumor about me that I was a kleptomaniac and that people should beware of me. He did this because he was angry with me for telling his then-girlfriend that he'd been flirting with another girl. My brother was a bit of a womanizer in high school and had a reputation for being with several girls at once because he thought it made him look cool. So when I told his then-girlfriend that he was cheating on her, she confronted him in the cafeteria, and there was a huge scene where she humiliated him in front of all his friends. Somehow he found out that I had ratted him out, and as retaliation, he spread that rumor about me, of course. Everyone believed him because he was 18 and a senior on the football team, and I was just a 14-year-old freshman. He ruined the next few years of my life with that rumor because I was already unattractive in middle school with braces. So a rumor like that was the last thing I needed. I was relentlessly bullied. For the next 4 years after my brother graduated, I couldn't even go to prom or any of the other activities because no one wanted to be seen with me. That's how bad the bullying was. I had a couple of friends who were only with me because they had also been bullied, so that was some consolation. But still, my brother had totally ruined my middle school experience with what he did, and that stayed with me. That kind of bullying is enough to scar anyone for life. And the saddest part was that he hadn't even offered that information to his girlfriend willingly. She cornered me after school one day and demanded to know if the other girl had anything to do with my brother. And I just felt too intimidated because she was older and much bigger physically than me. So I told him the truth. I didn't want any trouble. And I didn't want to lie either because I felt that both the other girl and his girlfriend deserved better than being deceived. If I had known that what I did that day was going to turn out in the worst possible way, I probably would have kept quiet. That was back then. And after he started that rumor, I just stopped talking to him. I still had to live with him under the same roof, but that was it. I tried my best to avoid any conversation with him at all costs. He moved away for university after a few months, but even when he came home for the holidays, I avoided him like the plague. I wouldn't say I completely cut off communication with him after I moved out because it wasn't possible since we both came back for the holidays, and our parents had instructed us both to behave well around our relatives. So we tried to be civil with each other for our parents' sake, but that's about it. I also didn't intend to attend his wedding, but my mother told me it would be really strange if I didn't, and my parents care a lot about keeping up appearances. So I did what they said, and I think I was lucky to do it because that's how I discovered my sister-in-law's affair. My sister-in-law, Chloe, 28 years old, I'll use a fake name for her, had been with my brother for 2 years before they got married. They had met through a mutual friend. She had never been very friendly to me when we used to meet on vacation and things like that, and she always acted superior. It didn't surprise me much since she was my brother's girlfriend. So I never made an effort to get to know her, and neither of us liked each other. I decided it was time to leave. At that moment, Chloe had told everyone she was going back to the hotel to change into something more comfortable to join the celebration. She had been gone for 10 minutes when I left. On my way to the parking lot, however, I caught her kissing one of my brother's friends, Marcus, in a secluded corner where no one could see them. But unfortunately, my car was parked a few spaces away from where they were standing. I was stunned and didn't even know what to say. But then Chloe saw me and walked away from Marcus as far as possible. As fast as she could. I was frozen in place and had to pull Marcus away and tell him to leave. He ran off and she decided to approach me. I didn't say a word while she spoke to me and explained that although my brother was a wonderful guy and knew that he would always give her his whole heart, I wanted something more, which simply meant that my brother was rich enough for her to marry. But Marcus was the one she loved. I felt repulsed because I had always despised gold diggers. But then Chloe asked me to keep this a secret, and she would give me whatever I wanted. Something just clicked in that moment, and I decided I wanted to get revenge on my brother for everything he had put me through. If it had been someone else being cheated on, I definitely would have spoken up and let them know. But my brother himself had taught me the importance of keeping quiet sometimes. He was the one who taught me that just because you know things doesn't mean you have to say them. So I told Chloe I would keep quiet, but only if she was willing to pay me $1,000 every month. I knew my brother earned a decent amount of money, and Chloe also had a fairly acceptable income, but not as much as my brother. He is a data analyst, and Chloe works at a hotel reception desk. So they could definitely afford to pay me $1,000 every month. Chloe initially showed some resistance, but I reminded her that she herself had told me she was willing to she offered me anything, and I had set my price. So the ball was in her court. She could accept my terms and send me the money every month, or I could go and tell my brother everything. I was fine with either option. She tried to negotiate, but I stood my ground and refused to budge. So eventually she had to accept. I've been working as a human resources representative at a company since I graduated from college, and I can live comfortably. $1,000 isn't something I couldn't do without, but it definitely helped. Not just financially, but I also felt great knowing I was getting revenge on my brother and his wife for being horrible to me. That's how it had been for the past few months, until last week. Marcus decided to pay me a visit. I suddenly saw through the cameras outside my apartment that he was bringing a cake to make it look like it was my birthday or something. I guess that's how he got past security, by saying it was a surprise. I didn't trust him at all and was skeptical about letting him into my apartment, so he spoke to me from right outside the door. Apparently, Chloe, I had finally told him about our little agreement and he didn't like it, so he came to talk to me and told me I needed to stop. He said I couldn't just blackmail Chloe like this and told me that if I tried to contact her again, then he would make sure I paid dearly. I was really furious and told him to leave me alone, and he did, but only after reminding me that he was capable of turning my life into a total nightmare if he wanted to. He left the cake for me on the doorstep, and it only had the word B written on it in icing. I hate him deeply, but I have to admit he knows how to perfectly execute the theatrics. After threatening me, Marcus left, and I decided to make the call and inform my brother about what Chloe had been doing for God knows how long. I was furious that she had even dared to send someone to threaten me because, as far as I was concerned, I was fulfilling my part of the deal and hadn't said a word about what I had caught her doing to anyone at all, and she had had the nerve to let Marcus threaten me. She knew about Marcus's visit, because after he left, I checked my phone to call her first, but I realized she had blocked me, so I decided to call my brother. Luckily, he answered, and I told him everything, including the bribes. I told him he could do whatever he wanted with that information and hung up before he could reply. Then I put my phone aside and went for a short walk to clear my head. When I came back, I had over 50 text messages and 10 missed calls from Chloe accusing me of ruining her life. My mother had also called, and I decided to call her back to understand exactly what was going on. Apparently, my brother already suspected she was cheating on him because she had been foolish enough to leave her phone unlocked around him several times, and he had read a couple of Marcus's messages. But they weren't suspicious messages, so my brother didn't think much of it. However, he did question her about why she was talking to Marcus so much, since they weren't friends. As far as he knew, she had convinced him that they were now friends and that everything was platonic, but today, after I told my brother what was happening behind his back, he confronted Chloe and realized she'd been cheating on him all this time after checking her phone. Now he's about to file for divorce and is absolutely devastated. My parents are furious with me for allowing this to go on for months and want me to apologize to my brother and pay him back because it's blackmail money. I don't agree with what they're asking for at all because, first of all, I don't even think this is technically blackmail. She was the one who offered to do something for me. I know she probably wanted to get me free hotel treatment or something less flashy than this, but this is what I wanted and she agreed to my terms. It wasn't blackmail. It was just a deal his wife made with me to keep her secret fairly. So I don't understand why they're so upset when they should be angry with Chloe right now. Besides, the expectation that I apologize to my brother and pay him back is absolutely ridiculous. I don't owe either of them anything, and I definitely won't. He was a jerk to me and ruined 4 years of my life with his stupid rumor. I haven't been able to get over it. As for the money, that's between Chloe and me. And since I fulfilled my part of the deal, I think I'm definitely entitled to what I got, and I'm not going to give anything back to anyone. I told my parents I wasn't going to do any of those things, so now they're threatening to cut me out of their lives forever because I've become someone they don't recognize anymore. It's been a week, and I still haven't spoken to them, but they remind me every day that what I did was really awful. But honestly, I don't think that's the case. They criticized me for accepting bribes from my sister-in-law to hide her affair from my brother, while my brother started a rumor about me in high school. Date 1. So I did what everyone here suggested and decided to cut ties with my family. This incident finally made me realize that my parents were just as bad as my brother, and I'm actually better off without either of them. They're just terrible and have never been kind or gentle with me. All they ever did was make it seem like we were a happy family on the surface, but I know the truth. I know they never stood up for me and let me be bullied for years without saying a word because they didn't want to get in trouble. They also didn't reprimand my brother for starting the rumor for the same reason, and dismissed it as normal sibling rivalry when they could clearly see that he made me suffer a lot. No one had bullied him after his girlfriend yelled at him in the cafeteria. It was just a bad day for him, but to get revenge for one bad day, he ruined 4 years of my life. And I still kept trying to act normal with him just for my parents' sake because I wanted to be a good daughter to them, just for a few crumbs of affection and validation. But I'm not going to get any of that. Even my brother and I were close when I was growing up, and we only drifted apart when high school started because he was suddenly too cool for his little sister, and I was too much for him to be seen with. My whole family has been nothing but superficial and cruel, and I'm really glad I'm finally done with them. They were never going to love me, and they were never going to change. Even with this incident, They found a scapegoat and tried to make me look like the bad guy without even caring why I did what I did. If they had tried to fix things for me when I was suffering, or intervened and helped my brother be a decent person to me, maybe I wouldn't have done something so extreme and unnecessary to get revenge. But they don't care about my past. All they care about is that I ruined my brother's future in his marriage. I'm selfish, I'm ruthless, and I'm a criminal, and so much more. But he's just their perfect little boy, who, by the way, is already in his late 20s. I was foolish to ever expect my family to be kind to me. And I was even more foolish to keep in touch with my brother after what he did to me just so my parents wouldn't be angry with me. I should have cut him off after that. I moved away for college and let that be the end of whatever we still had of a relationship. But as they say, every situation has a silver lining. So I'm going to choose to see the bright side of this. Karma finally caught up with him. And now he's going to experience the pain he put so many girls and women through during high school and college, just so he could seem cool and desirable to his other pathetic friends. The cheater is finally cheated on. Life comes full circle for him. All I'm going to do is grab the popcorn and wait for the drama to unfold because I've earned it. It's not like I'm going to be left completely empty-handed. Because my sister-in-law's bribe still covered half my rent for a few months. And it was great while it lasted. So at this point, I have no regrets to speak of. It's been 2 weeks since I posted my original post. And thank you to everyone who commented because that helped way more than I expected. I deserved it, I'm sorry, and I even cried a lot, but I finally managed to block all my relatives everywhere I could. I've also told security not to let any of my family near me. So there's no way they can get to me unless I choose to allow it. As for Marcus and Chloe, they've practically disappeared since the news broke. I don't get any updates on them since we don't have any mutual friends. I still get the occasional update on what my family is up to from a couple of my cousins, but I have no idea about them. In a way, it's quite relaxing since I don't have to worry about anyone now. And I can live the way I want without giving a damn about my parents. I feel so much more relaxed than I used to, and I love this feeling. I don't need any of them to come back either. Update 2. Okay, quick update. I just found out that the reason Chloe has been so quiet is because she's pregnant, and things are really complicated now between her and my brother. But obviously my parents are blaming me for it. One of my cousins, who still follows them on Facebook, sent me a post from my dad where he named me and shamed me for ruining my brother's marriage over some petty high school grudge. It's not my brother's fault he was cheating back then. And it's not Chloe's fault she was cheating on my brother either. It's all my fault. He's posted about what happened, but he's left out all the important details, including the fact that Chloe was the one who tried to make a deal with me first, not the other way around. It's not like I caught her with Marcus and then forced her to pay money every month or else I'd reveal everything. I didn't even have that idea until she made an offer. So he really can't use the term blackmail here. That's literally ridiculous. My older relatives, my aunts and uncles who are my parents' age or older, are obviously on their side because they don't know my side of the story, and even if they did, they wouldn't care because my parents have made it very clear that I'm the one at fault here, and I'm the one who needs to be put in my place. So they've taken the liberty of sending me several messages expressing their disappointment and disgust regarding my actions, and even saying they expected more from me, which is simply, who are these people? They only used to check on me during the holidays, and even then, our conversations were tense and awkward. I don't consider my extended family close at all, so it's ridiculous that they even expect anything from me. They don't even know me well enough to expect anything. Let's start there. And my dad hasn't posted the story about how I was relentlessly bullied because of my brother's rumor. He's conveniently left out that very important detail and brushed that accident aside as something insignificant when it really wasn't. He has no idea how difficult those 4 years were for me. I was completely alone with hardly anyone to support me, either at school or at home, and I will pray that no other child ever has to go through something like that. Broke me. No, I don't think I'll ever get over it. They just want to act like the victims right now and make it all seem like my fault. But unfortunately, I'm not going to let them get away with it. I've also posted my side of the story so they can't control the narrative. It's only been 15 minutes since I posted, and I don't have the courage to check my notifications right now because I'm not ready for all the hate I might receive. But I know for sure that some of my friends and some of my family members will definitely be on my side in this. I just hope the positivity outweighs the negativity. Honestly, I'm so sick of my family. They're literally the human version of a terrible migraine, and I can't wait for this drama to blow over. Date 3. Hi everyone, it's been about 3 days since I shared my side of the story, and it became quite popular among the people who went to school with my brother and me. Unfortunately, that post also reached another woman who went with my brother, and she publicly criticized him for lying to her about his marital status. She read my post and then read the post my dad had shared for context, and since it was a public post, she was able to find it easily. So then he put 2 and 2 together, and it turns out that apparently my brother, who was acting so devastated because his wife had cheated on him with his friend, wasn't too far from doing the same thing. About a month ago, This woman had been visiting the city since moving out of state after finishing high school. My brother responded to one of her Instagram stories, started a conversation with her, and asked her out. They were intimate later. He didn't tell her he was married and had very cleverly used a fake account to message her instead of his real profile where he had pictures with Chloe. Apparently, he uses that account to stalk women he meets, so at least he's smarter than Chloe. So this unsuspecting woman kept her encounter with him a secret for a long time. And then when she left, my brother had even promised to stay in touch, but then he blocked her everywhere after she came back. And only now has she found out the whole truth. It's crazy that my brother did this, but it wasn't surprising because, after all, a cheater will always be a cheater. It's just spinning that now he's trapped with another one of his own ilk. And now they're stuck in a divorce and what's going to be a very interesting custody battle because Chloe doesn't even know who the father of her child is. I've still obviously been thoroughly enjoying hearing about all the drama that's been going on with them because this was the guy who was extremely cruel to me when I was a teenager and left me scarred for life. And now life is dealing him even worse cards. This is simply karma at its best. And it's so entertaining for me because I don't care anymore. So I'm just watching it all unfold like a real-life soap opera.